Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of my 2021 Blu-ray collection, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So some of the Funkos I have here is Marilyn Monroe. And sometimes these Funkos, they stop standing up, it's really annoying. Supergirl, and then a Game of Thrones shot glass there. Ygritte from Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, and a custom-made Taylor Swift Funko. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's probably my favorite one that I have here. Um, and let's just get through these now. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where to put these. Okay, so over here we have a Forever Marilyn box set. I don't really like that the case for this is like DVD size, which is annoying. Storing it makes it more difficult as well. So this one has Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, How to Marry a Millionaire, River of No Return, There's No Business Like Show Business, The Misfits, Some Like It Hot, and The 7-Year Itch. I believe I've seen all of these. I do like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. The 7-Year Itch is great. I love that film, and Some Like It Hot is really good as well. And yeah, she's been in some great movies. So it's good to have a box set if you're a fan. This is the complete second season of Supergirl. So I do watch the show and I keep up, but the show has fallen off like incredibly after the first season. I wasn't even a fan of this season. The only reason I got this is this steelbook is it's a really excellent looking steelbook, and I was just like, you know what, it'll be nice to display. I do watch the show, I just don't, I'm not a big fan. Here's the show I was a fan of before it got canceled. So this is Camelot, the first season, a star show with Ava Green. Love this show, thought it was really good. And then I have a double pack of Braveheart and Gladiator. I like Braveheart a lot. I think it's a great film. Gladiator is also great as well. One of the finer Ridley Scott films. And then this is the Blu-ray collection of the Mission Impossible films, including all of them. I do like all of them. 2 is easily the worst, but I think Fallout kind of was one of the all-time great action films. It was really great. I really like that one. But all of them are pretty good. This is one of my favorite box sets actually, because I really like the films. And then I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, so I have a bunch of stuff on display. Even though this is not a Blu-ray, like there's stuff on my shelves of Taylor Swift. This is just her Lover CD, the deluxe edition version. I think it's probably from Target, and there's like 4 different versions. So I just displayed one of them there. All right, so we can get started, and just give me a second to pull these out. All right. First up is Ford versus Ferrari. Really good James Mangold film. Might be one of my very top favorites from him. Great racing film. Great biopic. Look, it was amazing in IMAX as well. Like really loud, the race scenes, and just energetic. I really like this film. It's even though it's long, it's pretty rewatchable as well. I've already watched it a second time. Another Criterion up here is Francis Ha, Noah Baumbach picture. It's the only film I think I have from him, because I'm not a huge fan of his work, but Francis Ha is great. Greta Gerwig in this is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, you know what to do. This is one of those Walmart glow-in-the-dark artwork for Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein. I don't know if the glow-in-the-dark works. I think I tried to turn out the lights and I don't remember it working, but it doesn't matter. I like the cover anyways, and I already have this in that the Classic Monsters box set anyways. This is like a double copy. Freaky Friday. I'm glad that Disney did a Blu-ray exclusive for this film, because it's not that easy to find. Really good film, really rewatchable. I've seen it so many times in my childhood, and then rewatched it recently as well. Great family film. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay both are great in that one. The French Connection, William Friedkin film. Obviously, I like this because it's set in New York, and I think this has one of the best car chase or slash chase scenes of all time. probably the best one I've seen. I think it's a really great film if you haven't watched it. Personal favorite of mine is Friday. I really like this film. Ice Cube, Chris Tucker. It's a classic. I'm not sure if Friday After Next and Next Friday are on Blu-ray, but if they are, I'll probably get them because even though those aren't as good, I still enjoy. I still enjoy them. This is one I picked up recently from the Warner Archive collection, and I watched it twice already. So this is from Beyond the Grave. It's basically like I think it's from the UK. It's like a horror anthology from the UK, and it's all related to bad people going to a shop and like stealing things or doing unjust things, and then how they get cursed. So basically, this is a good film. If you like horror anthologies, this is one I would definitely recommend to check out. Not every sketch is amazing, but the strong ones are really strong, I'd say. From Dusk Till Dawn, I recently got this as well after I watched the TV series From Dusk Till Dawn, which I really enjoyed. I wish there was another season. The film's great. Robert Rodriguez classic. When you first watch it, it's like, oh, you're watching like kind of like a robbery film, and then the vampires come out of nowhere, and it's crazy. Another one I got since my last video is Frost Nixon. Really great Ron Howard film. One of the best ones because it's just written so well. Very tense. Really like this film. Well performed as well. And then The Fun House. Good kind of B level horror film. Not like super memorable, but for what it is, it's pretty good. And now let's do this next row. I don't want anything to fall. That's the issue. I do need a bigger space, bigger shelf, but you know, it's in the process of coming. So I put this under Frozen Time. This is cashback. I know it is cashback. I had to get this from well, I got it used from somebody in the States, but it's foreign. It might be a Japanese release, region free. Really good film. I don't know why it's not released here. I think it's a really great film, and I needed it in my collection. They even put a sticker on here because underneath, you know, her breasts are like bare on there, so it's a kind of a weird cover. But this is a good film. Not many people, I feel, know about that one, but that's a good one. And next is a steelbook. I've got so many steelbooks in my collection, and this is actually one of the ugliest steelbooks I have. Fury. It's a great film by, I think it's David Ayer, but this is a terrible steelbook. I know they have better ones out there, but you know, I needed to own this film. This was what was available, and that was that. Another Criterion Collection film, David Fincher's The Game, probably one of his lesser regarded ones. I think it's fantastic. Really great Michael Douglas performance. First time watch of this was incredible. Like I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed this film. Another really enjoyable one. When I went to the cinema, I had a great time watching Game Night. So funny. Jason Bateman works so well in comedy. Even without, he's great all around, and then his pairing with Rachel McAdams is great in this. This is quotable and very rewatchable. Really great film. Now we have Gangs of New York. Great film as well. Another Martin Scorsese classic. Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio, everyone there puts on a shift. Fantastic. Cameron Diaz, the weakest link in that, but you know, I'm a fan of her, so I'm not gonna complain too much. A really good sci-fi film, Gattaca. I know they came out with the 4K, but I felt like I already had it. I didn't need to upgrade. But really interesting sci-fi film. Great performances all around. Ethan Hawke, fantastic in it. I really like that film. I believe I got this one pretty cheap, but I'm a huge Anna Kendrick fan. And this is a pretty good film. Get a Job with Miles Teller. If you have not seen that, and if you like Anna Kendrick especially, definitely go ahead and get to that. Get Out, Jordan Peele's directorial debut. I'm a big fan of Key and Peele. Like, I've watched the entire show, and then Keanu as well, the movie. When Jordan Peele came out with a horror film, you know, I wanted to go see it. really good film. Also pretty rewatchable. I try to watch this every October because it's pretty damn rewatchable. I like this a lot better than Us. Not that I don't like Us, I just don't own Us because I feel like I wouldn't rewatch it. But this one is definitely rewatchable. Good film. Ghost. This is part of the Paramount series. I don't know if I had shown one yet, but basically they have the original film poster inside. I really like these releases, so I'm trying to get a bunch of these. Great film. Rewatched this recently. It's a classic. One of the best, probably the best Patrick Swayze film. Ghost in the Shell. This is the sorry, I lost my train of thought because I'm wondering where my other Ghost in the Shell is. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the order here. So I do have the other Ghost in the Shell as well, the animated one on 4K. I don't know where it is. I think when I was sorting through this, I didn't put things in the right place. It'll pop up anyways. So this is the live action version with Scarlett Johansson. They released a better steelbook later, but I got this like off of release, and it's not a bad steelbook. I do enjoy this film, and I like the animated version as well, which hopefully will pop up soon. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know where some of these Blu-rays are. Maybe I don't know. Okay, anyways, not to get distracted. A Ghost Story. This is also by David Lowery, and he's reusing the cast of Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara. Amazing film. If you have not seen this film, do yourself a favor and watch it. It is so good. Really, really great film. I've seen it a few times already. Love it. And then we have The Gift. I think this is directed by Joel Edgerton, and it's a crazy film. Really well acted. Everyone around, especially Joel Edgerton in this film. I don't want to say much about the plot if you haven't seen it, but I would definitely recommend watching it. It's pretty twisted, that one. And then we have another Criterion coming up, Gilda. It's been a while since I've watched this, but I did enjoy it. And it's like one of those Criterions I went ahead and got like right away on a sale because it's a classic. I do need to rewatch it though. It's been way too long. The Girl Next Door, great film with Emile Hirsch, Elisa Cuthbert. I wonder what happened to her and her career. Like I did have the hots for her for a while. Yeah, I don't see her in anything anymore. And then the not as fun The Girl Next Door. This is the Jack Ketchum's version, and it's inspired on a crazy true story about like a kidnapping of a girl next door. Pretty brutal film, but a well-made one. It's crazy, that one, when you hear the story of it. The remake of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with the David Fincher version with Rooney Mara. As I mentioned earlier, Rooney Mara should have won the Oscar for this, and I won't hear otherwise. I think that year Meryl Streep got an Oscar, and I'm always thinking, how many Oscars does she need? Give it to Rooney Mara. This is a really good film. I'd say the Swedish version and this are pretty similar, and this one stands alone on its own as well. I wish Fincher and this cast returned for the sequels. I know they did a Girl in the Spiderweb or something with Claire Foy, and that was just a bad film. I don't even own it because I don't like it. But this one is a really good film. The Girlfriend Experience. This is the movie, but with Steven Soderbergh starring the former porn star Sasha Grey, and she's pretty great in this. This is more like dialogue oriented, and then kind of talking about how the recession and stock market crash in, I think it was 2008, how it affects the escort business. Pretty good film. I don't know if that'll entertain everyone, but however, I will say this: the Girlfriend Experience TV show, the first season, anyways, definitely more accessible, more watchable. This is a really good first season of a show, and it was on Stars. I know they came out with the season 2 and 3. Two was okay, and 3 I thought was pretty bad. But 1 is great. This, if you're into shows and you want to just watch one season, you can definitely watch this because each season is like a different story anyways, so it's not like you have to go ahead and continue. So this is like a small commitment, but it's a really good show. I definitely recommend that one. The Giver. This is a book from my childhood in elementary school, and I think they did a pretty good job imagining this for film. For a long time, I thought this would be a hard one to make into a film, but I think it does well. Taylor Swift's also in it, and I love her. But this is a pretty decent film. Great war film actually, Glory. About, I think Civil War. I'm bad with war sometimes, but really good film. Pretty gory as well, but that's a really good one. All right, let's move these. Oh god, everything is like so tight up here. Things are gonna fall. All right. Gods of Egypt. Look, I know this is a pretty bad film, but it's in the category of so bad that it's good. Like, this is super entertaining. I love this film, and I can watch it anytime. This is such a good film. If you like that category, so bad it's good, go for it. That's a good one. And then I have the Godfather trilogy, the Coppola restoration. This is one that I got for my birthday, and I never watched this Blu-ray. I've seen all three films, but I have not watched this Blu-ray. I watched them all on TV, like on a marathon, and I was like watching TV literally for 12 hours or something. 1 and 2 are great. I can't really choose between them because they're both great, and I think 3 is good as well. It's just the fact that it has the Godfather name attached, which makes it difficult to rate because it's not as good as the first 2. Now we are in the territory of Godzilla. This is the 2014 American remake of Godzilla. Pretty good film. I know people were complaining that there's not enough Godzilla in it. There's too much human elements. You can't have it all the ways, because that's like a complaint. Then it's on the other side. It's like, oh, there's too much monsters, less story. I mean, you got to choose your battle. But I enjoyed this film. I forgot who the director of that one was, but I think they did a good job. These are out of order. So next up is the Steelbook of Godzilla King of the Monsters. This is actually one of my favorite Steelbooks in my collection. I think it's really nice. I really enjoyed this film as well. It might be a little weaker story-wise than the first Godzilla, but I think they included a bunch of different monsters, made it really entertaining. I really enjoyed this film. And then Godzilla vs. Kong, which is the newest one pickup. Amazing film, because I'm a huge fan of King Kong. I think they did a great job with this one. They don't take themselves seriously, and that's something you got to remember with these monster films. They're meant to be kind of like balls to the wall action, giant monsters destroying things. Gone Baby Gone. This is Ben Affleck's directorial debut. Really good film. Definitely one I've watched a few times. I think the story is interesting. I think it's acted. Everything's done very well, written very well. Ed Harris is a standout in that one. And then another Ben Affleck film, not directed but starring, Gone Girl. This is a David Fincher film. Really good film. I've only seen it once. The Blu-ray of this comes with that amazing Amy comic book, which is pretty cool. I do like David Fincher film packagings. They're usually done very nicely, unique. Gone in 60 Seconds. Pretty decent action film from the 2000s. It feels very dated still today. Like I watched it recently and I felt like, oh, this felt better back in the day. Gone with the Wind, super long 4-hour film, but it's a classic. If you're a film lover, you have it in your collection. Ooh, if you're a film lover, you should have this in your collection too. Good Burger, love this film. Seen it so many times. I really like the duo of Keenan and Kel. And I think even for its time, this one still holds up. It's fantastic. That's a really good comedy, I'd say. Alright, so we'll get to the row of the Blu-rays. We have E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I'm not sure if this is a 4K. It probably is. Steelbook, classic Steven Spielberg film. Not much more needs to be said. Easy A. I rewatched this recently as well. Really great film, very enjoyable. Emma Stone is a standout in this one. Great story. I think it just kind of spoofs or takes after the Scarlet Letter, but I like that one. Ed Wood, one of Tim Burton's best films, is like a biopic starring Johnny Depp. Amazing film, Ed Wood. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's really good. Here's another one I recommend: The Edge of 17. Fantastic Haley Stanfield performance, and what's chemistry with Woody Harrelson in this is great as well. That's a nice coming of age feature. Another good one is Edge of Tomorrow. Live Die Repeat on the cover, which is weird, but good Tom Cruise films. Tom Cruise is in a lot of good action films. There's not many bad ones, and this is a good one. Kind of like Groundhog Day, but sci-fi. This is the wrong way. Edward Scissorhands Steelbook. I had to get this one for a pretty penny, but great Tim Burton film. One of the most memorable Johnny Depp performances, and another standout steelbook in my collection. Really great film directed by Bo Burnham. Eighth Grade. I forgot the name of this actress. Something Fisher, but she's fantastic in this film. Seems pretty relatable for like someone that age and stuff. But very funny film, very rewatchable. Election. I love this film. So good. Reese Witherspoon's fantastic in it. This is amazing. I think it's Alexander Payne. There was also the option of the Criterion, but I didn't like the cover for the Criterion with I think it was like the cupcake. I prefer this one. So as long as you have it, you're good. Elf, really good Christmas classic. I try to watch it every December. And this is funny as well. It's like laugh out loud funny to me. Not a huge fan of Will Ferrell, but there's some films that he's in that's like really funny. Elizabeth the Golden Age, really good period pieces. I think Elizabeth is slightly better than Elizabeth the Golden Age, but both films are quite good. I don't think this filmmaker really makes movies anymore. I don't know. Got this one as a dollar store pickup. Elizabeth Harvest, nice little sci-fi film. It's actually for $1. I mean, this is worth $1. It's a good film. Abby Lee's in it. She's from The Neon Demon, which is like one of my favorite films ever, as well. We'll get to that later. Elizabethtown, a pretty decent Cameron Crowe film. I'm a huge fan of Kirsten Dunst, as I mentioned like a trillion times. And this is a good film. I like it. Of course. Sorry, dropped my phone. These technical difficulties happen. Anyway, so sorry about that. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I got this on a blind buy from Arrow because it was like on sale. Saw it and I really liked it. And then she has another film that's coming out on, I think it's Scream Factory that's doing that one. And I already pre-ordered it because I mean, I like this one. I probably like that one as well. That would also be a blind buy. Elysium 4K. I've been waiting to get a steelbook of this, but I don't know if there is one available. But eventually I was just like, you know what, screw it, I want to own it. And then got the 4K. Pretty good Neil Blomkamp film, kind of in the world of District 9. Not really, but it feels like in the District 9 type of universe. Oh, I love this film. So this is from 2020, one of my favorite films of 2020, Emma, which is what's it called? It's a Jane Austen story, but fantastic. Anya Taylor-Joy is probably my favorite actress going right now, who's like actively doing roles. And the one of the cool things about this is after the movie, I went to a premiere with my sister, and then after the movie, she was actually speaking, answering questions. It was like one of those Q&As, and then when she exited the theater and like I was exiting the same time as she was going in her car, I was able to get a picture with her, which was really cool. I'm a really big fan of her and her work. I think she's one of the top actresses going today. I mean, she won a bunch of awards for Queen's Gambit, so there's like definitely talent there. Empire Records, pretty good, pretty decent, like 90s chill type of film about these teenagers that work at a record store. Probably my favorite Denis Villeneuve film, Enemy. This is pretty mind-bending. Great Jake Gyllenhaal performance. Not sure I still fully understand it, but there's that. Film by Gaspar Noé, Enter the Void. Very cinematically loaded with colors and style and flashing lights and such. I think it's a good film. It is pretty long, hard to watch like repeatedly, but that's basically a Gaspar Noé film. His films are kind of like you can appreciate the brilliance and then like not want to watch it again. My favorite director of all time, just so you know, is David Lynch. Eraserhead, a fantastic film from him, and this is one of the more like accessible films from him, even though it is pretty weird in and of itself. Great to have on Criterion. This is a great film. Got this one as a free when I was ordering custom Blu-rays. I got this one, Ernest Saves Christmas, as like a free copy as well. This is also custom made. I thought it was okay. Not as funny as I was hoping it would be. Escape from Alcatraz, great prison break film with Clint Eastwood. Very rewatchable. I've seen this already like 2 or 3 times. I think it's brilliant the way they escaped, and it might be based on a true story. But fantastic film. One of the best. It probably is the best like prison escape film. I know that's not a huge genre, but that one is like a standout. Escape from New York, Steelbook. Not one of my favorites from John Carpenter actually, but it's still a pretty good film. I know a lot of people love this film. I do like the Steelbook a lot. Escape Room. This was actually a standout for me as far as the January release goes. Like when I saw it, I thought it was actually pretty damn fun. I mean, it's parts of it are stupid, but just like the mystery element of it and what's going on and the rooms, it's really great. I did see the sequel yesterday as like an early premiere, Escape Room Tournament of Champions. That one was not nearly as good. There's still some fun stuff about it, but I feel like this could have been a standalone film and it would have been just perfectly fine. But you know, studios want money and stuff. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, fantastic film. I think Andy Kaufman wrote this film, and I think he's a really sorry, not Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman is a comedian. Charlie Kaufman wrote this film, and it's really good. Very well written, very well acted. Yeah, that's a good one. Another comedy that I really like, Euro Trip. One of my favorite comedies actually. I think it's funny. I think it's great. Very rewatchable. Euro Trip. Everybody Wants Some. I'm not a huge fan of this film. I do like Richard Linklater films. This is not one of my favorites, nor is Dazed and Confused actually. But you know, it was cheap, so got it. Here's another series I'm also a little mixed on. So Evil Dead, the original. I do like the steelbook of this. I think the original one is the best from that original trilogy, like Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. I don't like Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness, so I don't have those. But I did like the remake. I think it took a more serious tone. And it was pretty good. I like the remake of that one. One of my favorite films of all time, and if I had to think about it, it might be on my top 10 films of all time, Existence. This is hard to find on Blu-ray, but it's fantastic. This is a David Cronenberg film, like his best film easily for me. Amazing film about like video game simulation. Absolutely amazing. More people should talk about that and watch that, because that's like a standout sci-fi film for me. It's like a body horror sci-fi film. It's fantastic. Ex Machina, amazing film. This kind of introduced Alicia Vikander as like a force in the scene. Very smart film. Definitely a great one. This was actually one of my when I really started collecting Blu-rays. That was like one of my first titles. Not my first title, but one of the first ones. Dollar store pickup, The Eyes of My Mother. For a dollar store pickup, this is actually a really good, really cool horror film. So I do like that. Like the dollar stores, they usually can get like something really good for $1. So that's the point of it, I guess. This double feature, which I got mostly for Snake Eyes, which is a Brian De Palma film that I like, and then Face Off, good cheese, quotable. I mean, of course, we all like that. The Family, a lot of people don't like this one. I think it's pretty good. Diana Agron is beautiful in this film, and it's not great. It's a Luc Besson film. It's not like fantastic or anything, but it's watchable. Fantasia and Fantasia 2000, saw this used with the slipcover, and it's pretty incredible looking. Had to get it. Triple pack of Fantastic Four, Elektra, and Daredevil. So I mostly got this for Fantastic Four, which I like, and Daredevil, which I also like. I know a lot of people don't like the Daredevil film with Ben Affleck. I don't like Elektra though. I felt like that film was pretty boring, pretty stale. And then because I got Fantastic Four, I had to complete it with the Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I prefer the first Fantastic Four, but they're pretty close in quality. I hate the new one that they made the Fan Force Stick or whatever with Kate Mara and Jamie Bell and all that. I hated that film. Fantasy Island, guilty pleasure more so, because when I first saw this in the cinemas, I was like, oh, this film sucks. But then when it came out on Blu-ray, I was like, you know what, I want to watch that again. I probably would watch it again at some point. It's a bit of a mess, but a fun mess. These are stuck together. Fargo Steelbook, I don't know if it's 4K or not. Great film by the Coen brothers, one of their best films actually. I do want to get Fargo season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray as well, because I really enjoy those seasons of the show. I don't really like much after that one, those two. Fast and the Furious, the first one, and the only one I plan to own, because it's the only one I like. I used to like when this series was more about, like, you know, racing pink slips and like drag racing. This was the simplicity of the first one, and it's a nice steelbook. I would say 2 and 3, and then that Tokyo Drift was okay as well, and then after that they just started getting ridiculous, and then Fast 9, they're in space and stuff. I don't know, it's not for me anymore. Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Dazed and Confused. I do like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Dazed and Confused, I need to give another watch. Really great psychotic thriller type film, Fatal Attraction. Glenn Close is fantastic in this. Amazing film. That one can get you scared about relationships. The Favorite, another really great film, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. He directed The Lobster as well, which I have somewhere, and that's also fantastic. Really great film here. Very, very well written and funny. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I picked this up recently in the Criterion sale before the one that's going on right now. Pretty more style over substance. Terry Gilliam film. CustomMadeFear.com. A guilty pleasure of mine. I kind of really enjoyed this when I was growing up, and you know, it was custom made, so I was just like, all right, let's own that. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, really great kind of coming of age film about him cutting school and then having a great day. Ferris Bueller, Matthew Broderick, that's a good one. Another great steelbook right here is The Fifth Element. It's been a while since I've seen this, but I really do enjoy this film. I think it's a standout sci-fi film. Oops. So now I have, okay, so let's do this one by one, I guess. The 50 Shades trilogy. This is from Target. So I have the trilogy right here, 4K release. That's pretty recent. And then I did keep the steelbooks that I had laid for the other films. Okay, that's the wrong order again. Hold on, bear with me. 50 Shades, this is the second one. 50 Shades Darker, which I think is the best one. So I got the steelbook when it first came out, and I just kept it because they're steelbooks. And then what's this called? 50 Shades Freed. This one was crap. The first and last are bad, and the middle one is okay. I just like Dakota Johnson. Fantastic steelbook of Fight Club. I think I've owned this film like 3 or 4 times. Like I had the regular Blu-ray without a slip, and then I had the Fox Icon slip, and now I have the steelbook, and that's it. I'm not doing any more Fight Club, but I sold the other versions. Great film, David Fincher. Nothing nobody doesn't know about. Everybody knows about that one. Fighting with My Family, good wrestling film about the wrestler Paige. I'm not really a wrestling fan anymore, but I thought this was a really well-made comedy, and when I saw it, Stephen Merchant, the director, did a Q&A as well, which was pretty cool. We got a 4-film favorite right here of the Final Destination series. This includes the first 4. The first one's great. 2 is pretty good. 3 I like, it's a little underrated. 4 is a bit of a mess. They were messing around with the 3D on that one, and it wasn't very good. And then 5 was a return to form. If they do more, you know, I'll be down for it. I like those films. The Final Girls, a really good, well-made film that knows what it's doing. It's a comedic film set in the horror universe, and it's very self-aware of the horror tropes. Fantastic film. I recommend this to everyone. Such a good film. More people need to go out and watch this. It has an awesome cast. Really, really good film that I watch every year. First Man, really good Damien Chazelle follow up to La La Land, I believe. Not his best work, but I think the moon landing in this is pretty incredible, and it was nice to watch in theaters as well. Flesh and Bone. This is a mini series that was on Stars about the world of ballet, and it's like pretty sick and twisted as well. Really good series right here. Stars really knocks it out of the park with some of their stuff, especially like in the first season, or like if it's like a mini series. And this is a really good one. I do want to rewatch that again. The Florida Project, really great Sean Baker film. I saw Tangerine as well recently. I think that's his first film, and that was good as well. Very well performed, well acted, emotional film right there. And the last one for this row is The Fly Steelbook. This is the Jeff Goldblum, David Cronenberg one. Really great film. Not my favorite David Cronenberg film, but definitely a very accessible one and a really good one as well. So that is this row. I will upload more videos later. Thank you for checking in.